Hello, I'm Connie Big Balls Bumbaloni, and this is Questions with Connie, a show where I answer all of your questions about life's questions. Hello. We are fully in spring, getting ready for summer. These pasty white arms that need a little bit of color. Get a couple pieces of cardboard, cover it in foil, put on a little baby oil, and it's just a little like, and then you gotta start with a base tan, because otherwise you burn. Just a little to get me going for the season. I know that, skin cancer and all that. Today, we've got lots more questions, all submitted through ConnieSays.com, so let's dive in. This question comes from Politically Challenged. Here we go. Dear Connie, political fever has reached heights unknown to humans these last few years. Oof, you're telling me. My husband and I are in a bit of a quandary regarding some of the political beliefs of our neighbors. It is currently unclear where their allegiances lie. Would you assume that someone who has the letters HRC on their license plate is sending a message to the world? Should we be like you, Connie, ballsy, I do have the balls, to just come out and ask? Depending on their answer, we may decide not to be friends with them at all, or we may want to make them our besties. How should we proceed? With all good intentions, politically challenged. Dear Challenged. Ooh, this is a touchy situation, and we've been getting into some really intense things these last couple episodes, but politics? Remember the days where we didn't talk about it? Now everybody's got a flag and a bumper sticker and a this and a that, and it's all over the place. Both sides, people are like, dragons. I wonder if we would benefit from going back to, at first I was like, what's HRC? Huh? Does it only say HRC? Is it HRC in some numbers, like HRC 2016? You could assume that person might like Hillary Rodham Clinton. HRC also stands for Human Rights Campaign. Could also be hair restoration company. Like maybe they work for Rogaine, but they're like on the sly about it. Maybe it stands for Happy Ranger Charles. Who knows? Because if they're not being explicit about it, then we never assume. I kind of think that since they're not being explicit about it, and since you don't know, that maybe we give them a chance. Because if they're not the type of people that it's like, boom, they've got the flag out. I understand wanting to be a little trepidatious. There are these people who, even months after this election has passed, still waving flags of a certain former president, or who put the flags out after the fact. I understand when you're trying to choose new friends, whether you would take that into consideration. You have to be kind of clear about the sort of conversations you're going to have about it. Is it the type of thing where you just got to listen to somebody talk, and they never let you talk? It's this thing called, I saw a TED Talk about this. Active listening, which means you're sitting there and you're like, okay, no, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm not thinking ahead, coming up with my rebuttal without actually listening to what's coming out of your mouth. So active listening. Welcome to my TED Talk. Listen to what somebody is saying. Take a moment, really absorb everything they've just said to you, and then you respond. Active listening. You also have to understand that you're not going to change people's minds. If you're going to have a conversation about something, it's to have a conversation. If you find out that they watch Fox, I don't like MSNBC, I don't like CNN, all that's too much. Try not to get your news from Facebook, even though we all do. It's very dangerous. You know what I like to watch? The View. Those broads, they know what they're talking about. They talk about all sorts of different things. They're open about it. I love Whoopi. I love Joy. I think there's a lot of important stuff there. So, challenged, here's what I think you should do. Be ballsy if you want. Ask and say, so, who'd you vote for? If you want, or just try to, move past it. So, you've got choices. There's no reason you can't have a cocktail and not talk politics. All right, challenged, good luck. Religion last time, this time it's politics. It's a lot for Connie. So we're going to keep with this whole idea of rapid fire. Quick questions with quick answers. Here we go. Dear Connie, if I'm wearing sequins on a Tuesday, is it better to do one solid color or the full rainbow? Sincerely, Sequin Sally. Oh, Sequin Sally is a great drag name. Usually during the week, I like to keep it subtle and keep it with like a nice beige, gold, black. Stick to one color. Solid sequin on a Tuesday and wait for the weekend to let out the full rainbow. Could you sequin in an animal print? Oh, then you're 2 for 2. That's my advice. But you gotta do you. If you're feeling shitty on a Tuesday, share that rainbow. Dear Connie, should I buy my wife a Susan Boyle CD? Sincerely, Susan Boyle Fan 82. That sounds like a screen name. Not unless you want a divorce. Dear Connie, Should I build a shelf in my shower to hold a wine bottle? And if so, how big should the bottle be? Sincerely, Wino Woes. No. I do not advise bringing a wine bottle or even a wine glass into the shower. So many of those cups, those like Yeti cups or whatever that can keep it either cold or keep it room temperature. And speaking of things you shouldn't do in the shower, I think sex in the shower is overrated. That's just where my mind goes. Okay, Wino? Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Questions with Connie. Things are in bloom, things seem brighter, hoping for the best. Don't forget, if you've got any questions about wine, about Susan Boyle, about politics, submit them to conniesays.com. Remember, it's totally anonymous. So I won't judge you, even though I will judge you. All right, thanks for tuning in. Mwah.